A haunting sound heard out at sea. The face of the legendary Bigfoot, a large and frightening creature plowing through a forest in Russia, an old videotape found in the Catacombs. These are just a few of the things we will look at, so stick to the end. I've found this image online, with the user claiming they have captured this on trail camera. It is no question what the first thought anyone would have. That is the face of the legendary Bigfoot. Its face fully covered in brown hair, a large nose, perhaps for a body just as big. On the other hand, its eyes seem to convey also a gentleness. Could this image be real or fake? Is it the real face of the legendary creature? A large and ominous-looking predator emerges from the right into the camera frame. Moving almost too quickly to focus on it, disappears in seconds from view. A chance encounter of a lifetime occurs when this person captures what appears to be a creature of legend known as the Almasty or Snowman of the Caucasus. This cousin to Bigfoot and the Yeti is believed to roam the Caucasian wilds. Approximately 6 feet tall with red or black fur, the creature is believed to have slanted eyes that glow red in the dark. In a strange bounding leaping gait, it proceeds to tear through the forest as if in pursuit of something we cannot see. The cameraman manages to capture a clear glimpse of it just before it disappears. These mysterious beasts can move at 37 miles per hour and resemble something between an ape and a Neanderthal. Watch as the creature almost jumps from one step to another. Had this unsuspecting voyeur been spotted, it would be unlikely that they'd manage to escape at the pace the creature is able to pursue its prey. A man films a live video of himself walking around a seemingly deserted ship deck at night. No sooner has he started filming when his eyes grow wide with surprise. He turns the phone camera to the water, and it takes a moment to realize that we aren't seeing something but hearing it. At first, it sounds like the wail of a child in the distance, but with every repeated sound, it becomes something far more abstract and eerie.
I hear him. Where's he at? What the fuck is that noise?
He breaks into a run, moving to the hull of the ship to get closer to the sound. This time, a distinct series of calls are heard coming from the darkness beyond. Something or someone throws its voice as if responding to him.
That's crazy.
Later, he posts a replay of his live video, calling out to the voice. A clear response is heard from the distance as he balances precariously to get as close to the sound as possible.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man.
Listen to its distinct call, just a second before he calls out again to it.
Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there.
The voice appears to be coming from 2 places at once. What is this strange call? There does not appear to be another boat in close proximity. Could it be a ghost from some long, forgotten shipwreck? Or the mythical mermaid, like sirens who lured sailors with their haunting song, only to have them drown when their boats capsized on the rocks? At 3:30 in the morning, a young girl is caught on the Ring camera, gingerly pressing the doorbell. She seems agitated and nervously glances out at the dark from where she's just come from. She pauses briefly before running off into the dark. Is someone chasing her? Where is her family? It is unclear what has happened. But there is a sinister feeling about the footage. An unconfirmed report suggests that the child is being used as bait for her criminal father, and that seconds after the door was indeed opened, the witness stated that she immediately ran into the house, and seconds later, after they'd only just managed to shut the door, a man with a gun came charging up to the door. Some viewers claimed to see a shadowy figure behind her. For now, we are left to wonder what terrible circumstances brought this young child to a stranger's door in the early hours of the morning. Below the streets of Paris lie a labyrinth of tunnels that became the site of mass graves. This area is known as the Catacombs and is sealed off from the public. Video footage is discovered on an abandoned video camera found deep within the catacombs. Comprised of a continuous point of view, it presents a disturbing narrative. The first 40 minutes are largely uneventful as the mystery man travels into the depths of the catacombs. All of a sudden, he begins to walk faster and faster. As his pace picks up, you can hear his breathing. Eventually, he breaks into a run, pausing only briefly to decide which way to turn. The panic is palpable, and then he just drops his camera, and all that can be seen are his shoes reflected as he runs away, and the camera continues recording until it runs out of tape. Explorer Francis Friedland gathers a team of experienced men to attempt to find the mysterious missing man.
In Paris, you have as many miles of tunnels underground as there are streets above ground. No one knows just how many passageways exist in the catacombs, but we believe that they go down over 300 feet. Some are filled with water, and many tunnels have collapsed over the years. It's an enormous maze. We think there are as many as 7 levels to it.
Friedland and his team will have to enter the catacombs illegally. They search to find a hole, but most have been closed by the authorities. They end up walking down a deserted train track where they eventually find a point of entry. The conditions in the catacombs are exceptionally dangerous. It is dark, cold, and difficult to maneuver. Chances of finding the lost man are slim. There are narrow passages to navigate and even holes you can fall into. Friedland explains that there are over 400 miles of passages, and that anyone could easily get lost in the tunnels and never find their way out. If you lose your flashlight, you are dead. At 297 feet below the streets of Paris, the group conclude that this was too deep for an amateur, and that the man more than likely got lost and died. After 6 hours, the men are exhausted and are running low on batteries. They abandon their search and attempt to surface through a manhole, but it is sealed shut. They will now have to retrace their steps back to the surface. As for this man, we will never know what he was running from, and if he ever saw the light of day again. Captured through the zoomed-in lens of a cell phone camera, a large and terrifying creature emerges from the trees on the right-hand side of the screen. It faces the brave cameraman and begins to run towards the campground. The occupants flee in terror. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? Watch the actual footage and decide for yourself. Either way, it was a close call for these campers.
Yo, what the? Yo! You see that? Is that it? Hello? Yo, you see that, dude? Look! Yo, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go, 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 go. Get the fuck out. Come on.
Zoomed in over 20 times optical and shot from about 20 yards, an Explorer captures this amazing and utterly chilling close-up of a Sasquatch. If you look carefully, the creature's face is clearly visible, looking straight in the direction of the videographer, who is hiding beneath a pine tree. Seemingly unfazed, the creature continues to hold his ground to ensure the safety of his tribe. Deep in the forest at Watauga Lake, a large black bear is seen mauling its defenseless prey. Despite the deer being quite large, the grip of the bear is too strong. It tries in vain to free itself from the vice, but eventually succumbs to the predator and is dragged off to its lair. Two buck face off in an epic battle, and the victor will win his ultimate prize, a doe to mate with. A common occurrence in nature but seldom caught on camera, these two bucks are engaging in a duel during mating season. As a last resort, they abandon budding antlers and stand up to attack their opponent with their hooves, which are wicked weapons. They are remarkably agile on their hind legs. Notice as the buck on the left gains ground, using its sharp front hooves to attack his opponent. They will engage in this combat until one or both succumbs to injury or has had enough and gives up. A man is seen frantically trying to climb a tree as a large bear follows close behind. As he struggles to ascend higher out of harm's way, the bear follows. At its full height, it snaps at the man's heels as helpless onlookers film him. The hungry and agitated bear is in hot pursuit, and as the man struggles to get a good grip on the branch, the bear begins to climb the tree as well. In the nick of time, the would-be prey manages to escape to higher safety. The bear, losing interest, abandons the hunt and returns to the ground. It is unclear whether he will remain there in the hopes the man will tire and he will have an easy dinner. Either way, an incredibly close call for the man whose quick thinking more than likely saved his life. If you want to see more interesting footage, then watch this.